Hi everyone, I am here today to review Mask of Shadows by Linsey Miller, and I received this book from the publisher via NetGalley in return for an honest review, and I gave it 4 stars. So this is a YA fantasy that has a gender fluid character as the main character. Now, while this is something that I'm sure many people would be really excited to hear, it's not something that is focused on a lot in the book. So I'll get that out of the way right there. It is mentioned, it does pop up occasionally, and you do see how the main character lives with that and how other people respond to that, but it doesn't really sort of play a big part other than that. So the main character is called Salot. Salot sort of commits a robbery on some people that are close to the Queen, and she discovers while thieving that there is going to be an sort of open audition to be part of the Left Hand, which is like the Queen's like kind of most important people close to her that are assassins. And these people sort of represent her rings. So for each ring she wears there is like an assassin. So there is ruby, emerald, amethyst and opal. And there is a position open for the opal position, and so Sal really wants to try and sort of get on the inside by using this audition. What Sal doesn't realise is that the audition is a fight to the death, and you have to sort of jump through hoops of various different kinds to actually get what you want, and it's a really dangerous competition. And for me, I found the very beginning of the book really slow. I wasn't all that interested to begin with. I was just like kind of indifferent, and then all of a sudden we got to the competition part, which is probably about a quarter of the way in, and I was hooked from there. I found the competition absolutely like captured my imagination. The world was by this point really gripping me. Some people in reviews have struggled because people sort of don't have their identities for this competition. So for example, Sal becomes known as 23, and there are indeed like other competitors as well. And some of them get a lot more sort of time mentioned than others, such as a 5, but you get to know them all via their number. And some people in the reviews didn't like that. They said they struggled to remember who was who and connect and what have you, but I didn't find this an issue. I found that the numbers that I needed to remember that were meant to stick out did stick with me as my reading experience went along. So I didn't think that was much of a problem at all. I really enjoyed my entire reading experience of this, really, once I got past that first quarter. I felt like it didn't really lose its pace. I found the world really interesting. I found the competition, as I said, very interesting. I want to know even more now that I've finished this book. I've seen that apparently there is going to be a second book. I don't know anything more about it other than there apparently will be next year. So I really, really want to check that out the moment I can. I must say that other than the first quarter, which again was where a lot of the info dumping happened, I didn't really find it all that info dumpy. I felt like everything after that point was sort of introduced in the correct and timely sort of manner. I also found it suspenseful without being like too much. Like I wasn't sort of like chewing my nails off, but at the same time it did keep me reading. I did want to pick this book up whenever I could. It was definitely a page turner. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the second book in this series brings, and I think this is just a really solid YA novel. I can highly recommend it. Obviously I'm unable to comment as to just whether the gender fluid side of things was all that accurate. I'm not really in a position to say. I didn't find that that really impacted my experience of the novel, though it, like I said, it was there, but it wasn't forefront at any real point. It was just something that was touched on now and again. So if you're looking for something a bit stronger from this book than that, then that may disappoint you. But yeah, I just, for the fantasy side of things, this book blew me away. I really enjoyed it and I highly recommend it. And I sure as heck wouldn't want to be taking part in this competition because, ooh, I can't really say anything about it because it would be spoilery, but that competition just, I couldn't get enough of reading about it. I definitely wouldn't want to be a part of it. It was just like traumatic at times. The assassin and trainee assassin competition life is definitely not for me. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this review. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe by clicking the image of me to say if you want to see more book reviews and other bookish content from me. And I will see you tomorrow with my weekly reading wrap up. Bye bye!